Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review from the Loch Lomond Brewery. This was bought at Lidl. It's Bravehop, it's their IPA, 6% alcohol content. Let's give it a pour. That's Wednesday night, Nottingham Forest. I'm a lifelong fan. Are playing Reading tonight. Win and we go 2 points below the automatic playoffs, which, you know, we want to get back in the Premiership, back where we belong. But don't all Forest or don't all fans say that, you know, whatever club you support, you want to be at the highest level if you can survive, because as we know, it's not an easy level to survive at, not these days at least. So it's IPA, it's got Columbus and Chinook hops, it's got marmalade and pine aroma, caramel and apricot flavour, and a sweet bitter finish. So we look at it, it's got an amber pour, with not much head on it to be fair, good carbonation and lacing, I can see it going up inside on the aroma. Wow, massive pine aroma. Not really getting the marmalade, getting more the pine than the marmalade. There's a hint of marmalade, but it's all about the pine. On the taste, there's a hint of pine on the taste, but it's good that it's not too big a wallop of pine, because I do like the pines and the citrus and the hops and like sours as well. But when there's too much, you are losing a lot of saleability and drinkability and drink again ability, because people will drink it once and think, oh, that was a bit rum, I'm not touching that bloody again. And so there's a barrier that you've got to be careful not to cross. And luckily at the moment it's tasting alright, although I've just reviewed some cherry gin, so my belly's on fire at the moment because the gin's down there, it's settled in my belly, and bloody hell, I'm warm. So, am I like most people where you get the build up for Christmas and you have time off at Christmas, you know, you're so ready for Christmas, the Christmas break, you get them 2 weeks off, it's great, you're at home, you're thinking about work in the background, or you try not to think about work, then you go back and you're as bloody depressed as they come. And I've been depressed and stressed and anxiety, and for somebody who suffers with anxiety, you know, all these things, you think, oh God, I can't stand this job anymore, I can't stand the one person at work who's a bit of a gobby know-it-all. And if I'm being honest, and I suppose if he looked at himself, he'd be honest with himself. But and then you've seen jobs, and I'm applying for the jobs, and then I'm balancing it up, I'm balancing them scales, like, do I leave, do I go, do I, and but trying not to get myself worked up thinking, do I go, do I stay? Because obviously the worst thing you want to do is go from one job to a worse job, and these are things that I'm thinking about now. I'm used to a high level of gardening, so I've seen a job on another place, but if they turn around to me and say, oh yeah, you'll be working on as an estate, pruning some old deer's edge, I'll be thinking, what that for a game of soldiers, I'd rather stay where I am. So interesting things at play. In life, funny how, you know, moving jobs, because we all want that job where we go and the job's perfect for us. And I've seen the perfect job, the only problem is the travelling's ridiculous, and that's what puts me off going for it. Can't win them all, can you? Can't win them all. The perfect job would be for me to win the lottery, set up my own little micro brewery, micro pub, sit there, talking to beer lovers all day long, because when you're talking to beer lovers, you're more than the zone, aren't you? You're drinking this beer. Yeah, what do you reckon to that beer? And that, to me, is the perfect job. One of these days. I'll either win the money and do it, or some millionaire will come along and say, Billy, I want you to be my man who looks after my craft beer pub, micro bar. Hey, I can wish, can't I? As for this fella, so I picked out the pine. I'm not getting no marmalade. How weird is it that you've got marmalade on the aroma but not on the taste? Because it says caramel and apricot flavour. So that's weird. To be fair, I've got the hint of apricot, definitely got the caramel, but I'm sure the marmalade is coming through on the flavour. But for them not to say anything about it in the flavour, I mean, love the can design, and great that Lidl are supporting breweries, Scottish breweries. For me, I wish if I could talk to somebody at Lidl, I would say every other week, every other week, get a couple of new beers in. One, they're going to sell. You'll never have any issues selling them. Two, you're supporting breweries all around the UK, and I would love, because obviously I'm from Nottingham, but the chance of me getting up to Scotland and Wales and down south, it's not easy, is it? And if these breweries aren't available in the likes of the big four supermarkets and your Waitrose and your Marks and Spencer, then the likes of Lidl and Aldi bringing out beers like this and supporting these breweries, for me, it's a great thing. We need to support as much as we can. But as a beer fan, I want to be tasting new beers all the time. I mean, I've just been to Tesco's tonight, and I've looked at the real ales and beers side of things. I've done them all. There's probably one or two I haven't got or I've not reviewed over time. But then I looked at the lagers, and the pricey lagers, £5 a bottle for. There's a Birra Moretti, a Birra Moretti beer that I've not had before. That was a £5, and then there was another one at £3, and then there was a couple of botanical ciders, and it's probably 30 quid's worth of beers. So I may go there this Saturday, and again get what I haven't got, for review purposes. And someone made me laugh the other day, and in reality is very true. He says, in your bloody reviews, it's only because you want a flipping drink, and that's the whole reason behind the reviews. One, I like a drink. It helps me. It helps me chill out. I do know that drinking, I do know the pitfalls of drinking, the bad side of it as well as the good side of it. But there are some fantastic beers out there to try, and you only live once, and as long as you're not going too silly, and I have gone silly when we had issues underneath the house. I was drinking way too much, and I know that, but I'm the first person to look at myself and say that, and that's where, as beer drinkers, it's a good thing that sometimes you look at yourself and you think, maybe if I calmed it down a bit there. So I get to work in the morning and I'm beating myself in my brain. I'm beating myself down. I'm thinking, you need to calm it down. Gets to the end of the day, I'm thinking, bloody hell, I need a pint. And this is a daily struggle. But when pints are like this, it's quite a nice pint. So I'm looking at the clock, it says 5 minutes of charge time, so I need to hurry up. So this beer, getting back on subject obviously, it's all very subtle. The flavours are subtle, the pine is subtle, the marmalade is subtle, the caramel is subtle, and the apricot is subtle. And what it delivers is a pine that's It challenges you to try and pick out the flavours, and I like that. I like that in any beer. And this is where reviews come in handy, because reading reviews on the internet, following beer reviewers who talk shit on YouTube like me, you watch them and you think, oh, I wouldn't mind trying that, and seeing if that's any good. And then obviously if you can get hold of the beers, I mean, for me, I try mostly to review supermarket beers, because supermarket beers are the beers we can all get hold of. It's nice to review the obscure beers, but the fact of the matter is, who's going to be able to get hold of them? And the fact is that not a lot of us. And I look at some of my reviews on my channel, and most of the reviews that have got massive hits are either homebrew or the stuff that is the biggest selling stuff, rightly or wrongly. But anyway, and the funny thing is, fucking I'm on 3 minutes. Hey, oh, it does my head in. I've just had that gin, and now I'm having this pint of beer. I'm halfway down the beer, and I feel battered. I'm not joking. That's why I'm talking shit. And I do apologise for people who have a nervous disposition who don't like swearing. I don't like swearing either. It's really bad. It's really naughty. Yeah. But sometimes you do, don't you? What I will say about this is a really nice tasting beer. 1 minute, what's that about? It's going to go down to nothing in a minute. So, amber pour, good carbonation and lacing, not much of a head on it. On the nose, definite pine, little bit of marmalade. On the taste, all the elements, both the pine marmalade, the caramel and the apricot, all there, all in very subtle, but a very nice pint. Oh, fuck me. I really enjoyed it. Out of 5, 4.4 out of 5. Thanks for watching. See you soon.